All right, real Hannah Chan. Let's see what you got.
As women, there are things that we do to subconsciously test men. One of the ways in which women test men is we will ask them to do something, see their reaction, to see that in the moment. Do they give in to what we say or do they stay true to themselves?
So many guys are going to hate this. Girls love to test guys, and it's a subconscious process. Many times they're not even aware they're doing it. Some of the smarter girls are a little bit more aware, so they might do this consciously, but most of the time it's a total subconscious process. And then after, they feel things based on what you do. Now, it gets complicated, right? Because as a guy, you're always questioning, oh, well, how am I supposed to know what to do? Well, it's not that complicated. Okay. I think a lot of guys just make it so complicated because they're not that interested. Okay. They're not interested. And I understand. I understand the whole idea of not being interested and not wanting to deal with this bullshit all the time. I get it. But this is just something that you have to learn to deal with if you're going to engage with women. This is just the reality, okay? Every woman does this on some level, okay? Some do it less, some do it more. The point is, they all do this. So you better accept that they do this rather than constantly trying to fight and say, I don't want to play games, not worth it, better to stay single, better to be a defeatist, right? You're not convincing anybody by saying that. Learn how to manage it instead of just giving up, right?
If you ask the man you're seeing to do something that he doesn't want to do, and he does it, even though it makes you happy in the moment, you lose respect for him. This will be really subtle, like you won't really notice it, but you'll still feel kind of annoyed, but you don't really know why because he did what you wanted him to do.
Just to be clear about this too, right? A lot of guys can't seem to navigate this minefield because girls are never direct about communication. When I say never, I'm exaggerating slightly, but you get the point. Girls very rarely directly communicate. If they're getting mad at you for not doing laundry, it's probably because you're doing other things that annoy them. A very typical example, by the way, video games. Let's go for the standard scenario. Even if you've done everything you're supposed to do, even if you make 25 to 30% more in your paycheck. If she comes home from work and sees you on the computer playing video games, she will almost never be happy about it. This is just the reality. As usual, there are always exceptions to this, but by and large, girls hate when they see you do this. But of course, they know you're going to be annoyed and they're going to look like a bad person, so what they're going to do is they're going to blame something else, not the video games. Laundry or leaving one cup on your desk, something like this. Now, if you're one of those guys that wants to maintain a relationship, it's your responsibility to know which situation is real and which one is fake or made up. Yes, it's very difficult. There will be times where you have no choice but to deal with all the emotional fallout only for her to be happy after it's all over. This is why I always talk about the stoic stuff. You have to be stoic and not care about her response, even though that sounds a little bit counterintuitive. The main reason I say this is because they do things like this. In reality, we all know it. Emotions aren't that important. If you're constantly caving to her emotions, you're not that much of a man. Part of being a guy is being able to deal with emotions extremely well. If she throws some small emotional test your way and you immediately implode, you will go down in her books, and that's just the reality. Hey guys, before we keep going, I want to quickly let you know about my Modern Dating Mastery course. If you haven't heard me mention it before, it's a dating course I made that teaches you all the main things on how to master modern dating. Whether you're a beginner in dating or you just want to refine your knowledge, this course is for everyone. Through helping men, I've noticed a lot of them struggle with understanding and communicating with women. They had a girl who was in love with them, then she started losing respect and the relationship ended. Or they thought they can get a girl to like them by being their personal servant. Sometimes it can even be as simple as just saying the wrong thing or responding incorrectly. A lot of this comes from believing what they've been told about dating women instead of the actual truth. And when they learn the truth, their dating life and confidence start to drastically improve. These are the core teachings of the Modern Dating Mastery course. I go over all the mainstream dating lies most guys fall for and correct them with the truth. Then I follow up with some theory to prepare you for the final part of the course where I go over all the different ways women will test you while you're dating them. Fundamental tests, social tests, physical tests, emotional tests, and even financial tests. Each section has videos where I break down exactly how she'll test you along with how to respond so you're always passing them. There are over 60 videos in total and it comes with a PDF cheat sheet for quick review. For those of you who are interested, I've got my biggest sale of the year going on right now with the course being 67% off. Click the link at the top of the description to learn more about it. Alright, let's get back to the video.
Subconsciously, it's because when he caves into what you tell him to do, it shows his inability to be the leader. And as the woman, that makes you feel like you have to step up and be the masculine in the relationship.
Exactly that, right? Girls will say they want leadership, but then in reality, this is what they actually feel. A lot of girls will tolerate this. There's a balance where a lot of girls will tolerate because it's just convenient. Okay? Sure, they'd prefer something better, but they can't get it or they're lazy to get it, so they just deal with what they have. A lot of guys are blissfully ignorant to this reality, so they sit there and they think that their girl is genuinely in love with them, but this is more likely the reality. A lot of people aren't going to like this, but it is what it is. Stop watching so many Disney movies and pretending that relationships are supposed to be ideal or perfect or whatever version of subjective reality you subscribe to. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Modern Dating Mastery course in the description below.